Think we're live. Whew, a little late. I'll let everybody show up. Oh, it's been a long day already. So I'm going to let people get here. People are starting to show up. Say where you're from when you get here. Let's shout you out. Thanks so much for the support, guys. People are starting to show now. There we go. All right, Paul, hello. Beth Lukens, Pennsylvania. Oh, now they're showing up. Woo. Now, we almost got close to 1,000 not too long ago. I want to start off right in the beginning by saying, if you guys stick around and we get to 1,000, I'm going to play an original song, acoustic song for you guys. I always said I would talk a little bit about my music past, but we haven't really got around to it. But you know, we're at 215 here, but if we get to 1,000, we've gotten close. I think we may have broke it once. But if we get up there, I will play you guys an original tune that I wrote just for you. So that being said, let's go up here and start shouting some people out. Christine Good, Nai, Sue, New Zealand, Hawaii, Nai. Gina, South Carolina, Mary, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, very cool. Julie, Jeanette, Kim, hey, hey. Hey, that's from Moana. Kim Stevens, Sammy Stewart, Scotland. All right. I've been really into the Hoof guy. He's blowing up. He's in LA right now, I think. The Hoof GP from Scotland. The guy is blowing up on YouTube, showing a lot of pus in his videos and still getting ads. I don't know how that works, but anyways. Trish from Texas, Bay in the UK, Sue Mount, Gene Mixon. Go down the road here. One Harley, Alice, Netta, very cool. United Kingdom, Scotland, a lot of people in the UK. Man, there's so many. Hello, everyone. So, a lot to cover today, actually. So first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support. Like literally, over this last 2 years, just so many likes and shares. And we really grew exponentially. I mean, honestly, it took about a year to get 100,000 subscribers. And then I got a second 100,000 in 2.5 months. And YouTube was actually sharing me and putting me on some of the main pages sometimes. And it really grew. I know, Sue Ryan, we're going to talk about that. Trouble finding me is very common. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. It does help. But I just wanted to thank you guys. I mean, there's a core group that are just always here. Very cool. Of several thousand, but there's almost 300,000 that watch the videos on the regular. So that has been very cool. I have coming up every 10 years. I need to recertify my boards, my national boards. So I have to take a long test, like a 6-hour test. Here are some of my books. They're so heavy right here. This is like 2 of 10 or 12. So heavy. And that's coming up. So I'm going to be starting that in January. And they actually have a new way to take it. I can take it by quarter, but I usually put 3 to 4 months in, about 2 to 3 hours a day of studying. And the reason for that is because, let me move this down a little. We're back up again there. The reason for that is my test is about 4 to 6% dermatology. And the rest is everything else. So what that means is when I got out of school, I went straight into dermatology because that's what I wanted to do. And I have to take a test that has radiographs, fractures, treating primary care, diabetes, cardiology is like 30% of the test, and pulmonology is like another close to 25 or 30%. So, yeah, it's gonna be tough. And so I have to put in even extra time. And the reason for that is because as a physician assistant, I could quit dermatology tomorrow and go work in an ER or an urgent care or go to orthopedics, or just or go to primary care medicine. I could do that, and that's one of the benefits of being a physician assistant is you do, if you don't like something that you're in, you can go into another specialty. I'm going to stay in dermatology, but that does mean when your boards come up, you have got to put in the extra time, and it's only every 10 years. So every 10 years, I have to take some time and put it aside. So that's kind of tough. And so thank you, Jenny. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are so supportive and have been awesome. And I was gonna talk about, for a small time coming forward here, I'm gonna be stepping away a little bit. And there's the big reason is my boards. The second reason is YouTube is just like trying to smother my channel. um, and I've tried everything to make it work. I've emailed YouTube. I've been on chats with them 4 different times for over. My drink bottle is huge. I talk a lot, so there's a lot of water in there, and I do drink 1.5 of these every day when I'm in clinic. So it's pretty crazy. Um, but I just wanted to let you guys know, I'm not going away entirely. I have like over 40, I think 48, 52 videos somewhere in there. So I have a ton of videos. I'm not just going to scrap those. I still have patients coming in constantly like want their videos recorded, and I'm still recording them. I just have such limited time. That's when he shows his pops. Yes. Just like he uses the shorts. Just give. Yeah, I know. That's the guy in the United Kingdom, Dr. Khaled Sadek, I think. Kayla. Yeah, I have seen he does a lot of shorts, but he still his videos are still restricted too, even in the live chat. I've done a couple like that too, and they totally restrict. So yeah, I'm just gonna be shifting my time. That's all it is. I'm still gonna be doing a couple videos a month. I'm just not doing a couple a week. And I just time is so valuable, especially when you have little ones. They're getting ready to start sports, and I have a full-time job. So I tried doing the paid subscriptions, didn't feel right. I didn't like to charge, to see it. Oh, thank you, Sue. That's so nice. I really appreciate it for the support. Um, I tried paid subscriptions, didn't feel right. I didn't. It just this venue is set up for advertising and a little ads in the beginning of videos. It's not like a Patreon. It wasn't from the beginning, so a lot of people didn't take that well, and it didn't feel right. I tried third party advertising, and I had some people who wanted to do it. It just didn't. I didn't feel right. It's hard for me to go to a company and say, "Hey, yeah, let's do this," but they're restricting my videos to how many people they're going to go to. And so that's hard when they're like, well, we're paying for the exposure of this great channel that you have. But honestly, guys, in the last 2 to 3 months, it has just gone straight down. And I know you guys are still here, but I went from 1,000 to 3,000 subscribers a day to less than 40 a day now. And that's what I'm still doing I'm still doing 2 videos a week, but they are really, really like restricting the growth. And I've reached out to them, and they just don't want these channels on YouTube. I've come to the I've just come to the end product that's they don't want it. One way I know that is, and there's no value to these videos at all, is that I used to have 10 videos stolen a day. They would steal them, they would bring it in so you couldn't see my logo. I I was constantly, I had to do copyright infringements, and YouTube makes it easy. You just click a button and send out a paper to those channels. And I had 10 videos stolen a day for a year. I mean, it was thousands and thousands of videos. And now there's one a week. So that just goes to show you that the people that are usually, they're usually stealing the videos because they can make money off of them by putting them on there. They're not making anything, so they're not stealing them anymore. And yeah, there's a ton of stolen videos, unfortunately. But so yeah, you know how I knew that this was happening is Mr. Pops It Live. I did Mr. Pops It Live. You guys got it monetized in 5 weeks. We had so many views, and it was so quick that it was monetized in 5.5 weeks. But you know what's happening? They are they are not allowing paid videos on those videos that I do, just like this, lives that I'm just talking to you guys for 5 days. They put a yellow on it, and which is hardly any ads at all. And then they turn it green after 5 days when I go to say, hey, this shouldn't be restricted. And then they wait 5 days, and then they pop it green, but it's already been viewed 5 or 10,000 times, and I don't get many views after that. So that's how I knew they were really coming for me, when they're restricting my videos that have nothing on them on a channel that is just live. And they started restricting those. So that's when I was like, wow, they don't want me here. But I'm still going to be here. I'm shifting what I'm going to be doing to my boards for a little while. And I have a couple videos in the queue right now that I'm getting ready to do for Mr. Pops It. Thank you, Beth Warner, so much. I really appreciate the support. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know, everybody who pretty much wanted merch, I think, got something. I'm ending merch August 31st. So August 31st on my website, merch will be gone. My website will still be there, but I'm pulling merch. It was fun. We sold, actually, the first 2 weeks, we actually sold quite a bit. It was really fun, and that stuff is still going out. But I am the guy, I have to pay a guy to do that, and keep the website going and do all that stuff. And in the last 2 months, they just basically turned off the ads almost completely on my channel. So so sorry, guys. I know, like, sometimes when I say this, people are like, oh, the PA or doctor isn't making enough money. No, it has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with time is valuable. Everybody's time is valuable. So I just have to shift my time. I can't be doing 2 to 3 hours of editing a day anymore. It just isn't there. So I am going to come back, though. I do, I do want to come back to the level I was with 2 videos a week. I'm going to have probably a ton of videos by the time I do that. I already have 40 or 50. I'll probably have 150 by that time. But I'm going to step back, get my boards going, and it's going to be a quarterly thing. So it is going to go for a while. But I will still do a live here and there as well. So I'm not turning it off. But you guys, my loyal supporters, I wanted to give you a heads up. I didn't want to just like quietly bow into the dark and you guys are like, what happened? What happened to him? So, I wanted to be honest with you guys and let you know. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shift a little bit. I found that, and when I was doing my, my fishing videos, I really enjoyed the editing. It was very relaxing. I really enjoyed it. And when I do study like this, which I do have to do intermittently as the years go by, I will go fishing to rest my mind. And I do tend to fish a little more. So I'm going to try and build my fishing channel slowly but surely, but I am going to put some time into that on when I'm not studying, when I'm not working. as my boys are getting older, and I'm sure my daughter too, they love to fish. And I really want to build a fun channel. It's just for fun. Mr. Pops It Fishing. I already have it there. I'm just going to start feeding more into that. So, if any of you guys can support that, that's so awesome. I really would appreciate that, and getting that going. I don't think that they'll censor that, because there's literally nothing to censor there. I'm not skinning any fish or doing like anything. I'm not dispatching animals, because they have started restricting fishing channels too, but that's the people that were filleting animals and cooking them live. So yeah, so I'm not doing that, but we'll see. They'll probably end up restricting that too. But I just want to let you guys know I'm going to build that for a little while. I do want to put a little bit of time I have into it. So if any of you guys can support that, I would greatly appreciate it. It's Mr. Pops It Fishing. I have a new logo coming for that. And I have a ton of footage already. I'm just going to edit some of that. And it's going to be some with my kids too. And I'm going to try like an organically growing, a normal channel, not one that's a popper that I feel like it's just restricted from the get go. So I know, Lisa, funny you say that. I noticed when I go back and watch my fishing videos, it literally makes me want to go fishing. It really lights the fire that, I got to get out there. And fishing has always been a passion of mine. So I'm really going to, and it's not just going to be fishing. It really is going to be more of it's going to be a nature channel. I'm going to be doing a ton of underwater footage, and I have a great drone. I want to take it to the ocean, to some of the ledges out in Southern California, out at Catalina Island. There's big drop offs with all kinds of fish. I have access to some really cool lakes in the mountains as well. So yeah, I probably would get restricted if I pop pimples on fish. But yeah, so that's funny you say that. But I did have a really interesting video, that I did with, worms in some bass that I had caught, and they were getting sick, and I could tell, and I cut them open. You could see all these roundworms in them. Really interesting video, but I didn't even post it, because that probably would have got restricted as well. But we'll see what happens as we keep going. And that's another thing. The editing. I've been editing all of my own videos. So some people are like, why is he complaining that it takes so much time? Whatever. I edit everything myself and record it, then bring it home and edit it. And anybody who's ever done a YouTube channel or even any editing, how much time that takes. It is exhausting. And not to say I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. It's just, now that I see the next year in front of me, and I see more of my kids, they're getting into a lot of sports coming up next month. And I usually start in September to study for my boards through December, 3 to 4 months I put in, and then start in January. I'm going to be starting with my boards. So, yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I do have a cool video that it's actually from like over a year ago. That's going to be the next one on my Mr. Pops It. And I do have a couple fishing videos I'm going to be posting here soon too. So if you guys aren't familiar, not everybody knows about Mr. Pops It Fishing, but go check it out. Just make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting up some fun stuff. I think you guys will like it. I'll be talking to you guys still about what I'm doing through there. And then I will still be doing a video or two a month on my regular Mr. Pops It regular channel, regular Pops. So yes, I think I have a buddy who calls this course correction. I'm just correcting the course a little bit and dividing my time. Now, once I do build up the fishing channel, I actually do want to come back the way I was with Mr. Pops It. I do want to come back, and I'm hoping in the next year, maybe YouTube will make some corrections themselves and make things a little bit easier for people who, are doing medical education channels, and see if they come around to that. I don't know. We'll see. But that I'm gonna kind of step back and see what falls into place with that. But I think that's um I wanted to show you guys everything. I had all my notes. Yes, I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Now, one thing I did want to talk about was some of my popping videos. Gosh, 8, maybe 12 really good extraction videos I still have. I'm going to be doing those too. But it was funny. I was reading the comments, and actually, as I was editing some of my videos, some of my extraction videos, people were like, "Oh, he doesn't even see that blackhead. He missed that blackhead." And then I could see it in the video. I was like, wow, there was one there. And then I started thinking, I was like, wow, I'm looking straight down. And then there's a camera coming at this angle. So it's like this and this, a 90-degree angle. You guys actually do get a different view than I do. Anonymous, no, real quick. Physician assistants also have national boards that we have to pass. And it's to keep that C. I'm a PAC, physician assistant certified. Certified means I am up on my boards and my continuing medical education. So just like doctors, we have to take boards every 10 years. The difference is doctors' boards, if they're a dermatologist, their boards are in dermatology. If they're an orthopedic surgeon, they take boards in orthopedic surgery. If they're an anesthesiologist, saw a car going by. If they're an anesthesiologist, they have to take their boards in anesthesiology. The tough thing for PAs is if you specialize, if you're not in primary care or in ER, if you are in orthopedics or you are in cardiology, or you're in, the worst is dermatology because it's such a small part of the boards, you still have to pass your total boards, which are, they're segmented into like 24 different topics. Dermatology being 3 to 5%, I think, maybe 6%. So very small percentage. And so I think it's 18 or 20% cardiology and 18, 20% pulmonology. And then it starts breaking down from there. So, yeah, that's a good question. I'm not going to be Dr. Popsit. I'm still going to be a physician assistant, master's degree. Some people call us mid-level clinicians. But we, I have to certify. And normally it's just 1 6-hour test, but I am going to do, they have something from the first year that they're going to do it, is that I have 3 years and 12 quarters. And so there were 3 months, and every 3 months there's, I think, 25 questions. And so it actually is going to take 3 years, but if you pass enough at the end of 2 years, you just take 25 questions every 3 months. And it's I guess easier is not the word, the same questions, but it's a little more spread out to make it not so, just with everyday life and everything so difficult. So, Bernice, would I want to become a doctor in the future? No, I wouldn't. If I was a little younger, possibly. And that's something that's come up recently when, people talk about having their own clinic. I work for a company. I don't own my own practice. There are benefits to owning your own practice. At some point in my career, might I have wanted that? Probably. But it is a lot of work, but it's a lot more freedom sometimes. And, as a physician assistant, you technically can have your own thing. It's just it's a lot of hoops, and it's a lot of paperwork, and it's actually pretty difficult. But you can do it. But I'm happy where I'm at now, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And the thing, if I went back, I would have to go back to about 9 to 10 years of college and you do have to start over and to be an MD or a DO. And then I would get out and do what I'm doing now. I really wouldn't do much different. About 97% of the same things I do. The only thing would be different in dermatology would be I could do Mohs surgery if I was a doctor. But so, an additional $400,000 or $500,000 in debt in 9 or 10 years of very difficult schooling to come out and do pretty much what I'm doing now, I would make more money, but it's not about the money, man. It's about quality of life, time with your family. There's a lot of other things. So, but that's a good question. Fair question. But yeah, I digress. Back to the angles. I'm looking down. You guys are looking this way with the camera right there. And you guys do see some things that I don't see. And so I know that's very frustrating for some of you because people are like, he left a blackhead right there. And I could see it. I could just see it in the comment section. People are screaming at their screens, which is pretty funny. When I was doing when doing the editing, I was like, oh, there was one right there. I'm definitely going to get that. And then I look and I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. So I know that's frustrating, but the good news is I had people come back on the regular. And then I also saw people say, oh, he's just having him back. He's not getting him to make more money. Funny thing is, they don't, a lot of insurances do not pay for extractions. We'll bill it out, but they don't pay. So some do, but a lot don't. And I do one or two in the beginning for people who really need them because I know it's going to get them better quicker. And it takes me 15, 20 minutes. It's not that big a part of my day. But I literally, I know they're going to get there quicker if I just take some time and extract some of those out. So I have them back twice in a month and do some extractions for them, put them on good medications, and then they're off and running and they do much better. And ultimately, when they do better, I do better. When they go and tell all their friends, hey, this guy got me clear, it helps. You get more patients. Overall, it's a good thing. So it is an investment in the future. But I do see a lot of comments, people saying, oh, he's not getting them on purpose because he's trying to make more money. And really, those angles, I don't see some of the ones you see. And I probably see some that you guys don't see just because the angles that I'm looking at. But some of the comments were just horrible, saying, oh, he's doing it on purpose so he makes more money. You'd be so surprised. They don't pay for extractions, one. And a lot of times I'm just doing it because I know they'll do better. And that will just lead to more patients in the future. So it is an investment in the future. Let's see. I'm reading some of the questions here. Yes. So yeah, interesting customers. I agree. I thought that my derm channel was pretty varied. There's I see some of the ones like in Vietnam or Thailand where they're just doing pimples. I tried to have a pretty varied channel where I showed a lot of different things. I just had a woman come in on Thursday or Wednesday, I think it was, this week. She found me on YouTube, and she has steatocystoma multiplex. And I think she's going to share her procedures. And it's the most extravagant, probably top 3 that I have seen. Very, very large steatocystomas. So very interesting case. And hopefully she'll share her procedures because I think there'll be a lot to learn on it. And I think she'll do, be very happy with the outcome. But that's coming, so I still do have some videos. Don't be worried. I'm not pulling the plug. I'm just limiting the outflow, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for the support. One thing in closing, if you guys do like fishing or outdoors, or you just like nature, check out Mr. Popsit Fishing. I'm going to be concentrating on that a little bit. You have 1 year to get 4,000 hours of viewing, and I'm at 500 hours. So just with like 8 videos. So I was going to try and build that and see if we could get some normal ads there. If once I build that up enough and it's kind of feeding into the regimen, then I can bring back hopefully Mr. Popsit like almost full time as well. Once I get on the other side of my board. So yeah, that's the future. Hopefully it's all going to come back. We'll see. I'm also going to keep writing YouTube to see, man, if they will let loose on the noose around my channel's neck. Man, they're constricting it so bad. It feels personal. It's very strange, but I'm going to try to keep it positive. And just keep moving forward and keep doing good for people and helping people and enjoy nature and have fun with my kids fishing. So um I appreciate it. Thank you, Sylvia and Paquito. Paquito 22. That's a funny name. So yeah. Any questions, guys, before we go? I'm going to try to do one live a month as well. So you guys will still have some access here. So don't worry. It'll just be, when it's not happening as much, it'll be more fun when it does happen. That's what I think. Have you done many comodone birthmarks? Can't spell the real word name. Nevis comodonicus. Yeah, I have done, it's funny. I did it about 4 years ago. I had a real big one. It was before I had my channel. I didn't record it. And it was pretty amazing. And now in retrospect, I was like, man, that would have been one of my top videos probably. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, so just for the next, 6 months to a year, guys, I think she said, what can we do to help, Beth? One thing is check out the, thank you, Aubrey. Every little bit counts and helps. Thank you so much. If you want to help, check out Mr. Popsit Fishing. I am going to be rerouting some of my energy to that for a while until I can come back full force with Mr. Popsit within the next year. Most likely, as the boards are going and everything else is going, I'll keep popping in to let you guys know what's happening, how it's going, and how my studying's going, and see how you guys are going too. So I'm also going to try to do some videos within a video, which I have been doing. When I do post some videos, we may come and talk about them on here. I still will do some Mr. Popsit lives as well. I'm going to keep that channel going just to talk about some derb diagnoses. I'm going to try to do one a month on that, and maybe 2 Mr. Popsit videos a month, and then one live Mr. Popsit regular video within a video to talk about one of the videos that I did. That's my goal. Don't hold me to it. Luckily, it's free. So if I don't, you won't feel, shorted. So thank you guys so much for the support. We didn't get to 1,000, but I am going to give you guys just a little snippet of a song. Just because you guys were so loyal. I don't know how this is going to come across at the mic if I'm peeking out at all. But this was a song, one of the last songs I wrote before I stopped my band to go to school. And it goes a little bit like this. I met her on the side of a dusty road. On the way to Las Vegas, she was ready to go. Was a little bit down, a little bit cold, but she took me there and then let go. Empty hotel dreams told me she was alright, okay. She's just another lie, another passing by, left with my lie. Keep your head up and don't say that's what everybody's doing. You'll find out, you'll find your way, even if they don't approve it. All right, that was a little snippet. Woo! Goodness. That was a little rough. I haven't played that in a while. Now you see why I went into medicine. But that was one of the little pop songs that I wrote. I did write quite a bit of those. The band was called Never Heard of It, NHOI. You can find it on Amazon Music. My voice is a little rusty, but hey, I tried. But yeah, very cool, guys. Thank you so much for the support, and thanks for everybody who's donated and just helped all along the way. You guys were really there when they started restricting me. It's weird. Last year, they restricted me around the same time. June or July is when they shut down my whole channel as far as regular ads on any video that I do. And then for some reason in the last 2 months around June or July, again, they really, don't quit your day job. Exactly. They really brought brought it down. So it's it's kind of going into the ground, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep swimming against the current. So, all right, guys, that's live. When it's live, I think I hit a couple wrong chords there. I'll probably look back on that and be like, ooh, but that's okay. And I'll see you guys. I will try to, when I am going to pop back on, check the community tab on Mr. Pops It. That's what I'm going to do is, I'll be advertising likely days before when I am going to do another live, or maybe a video is coming. So, just let you guys know. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will speak again. It's not goodbye. It's just until we see each other again. So we'll see you guys. Thanks again for everything. Thanks for popping by.